Hey guys, and how about we watch Thanos vs Darkseid Death Battle? Now this one, I'll say it right now, this was actually going to be on the top 10 list. It was going to be number 3. But regardless, that list got shifted around just to accommodate this new development. Thanos was going to be the first person I revealed, but I wanted to wait until Roshi vs Jiraiya, and for good reason. Clearly, you saw what happened. Anyway, Grievous got the spot instead. As far as this fight itself goes, to be honest, I didn't do too much more research into it, but I will say, it's closer than you might think, just based off the little I know. Darkseid apparently survived the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which basically no one did, other than Dr. Fate. Not to mention his anti-life equation is almost as good as the Infinity Gauntlet. Basically, all he needs to do is say the equation to someone, and, you know, they're under his control. But it's worth noting, this is theoretical. I don't think he's ever done this, but considering all of his other abilities, all he would have to do is, wouldn't he only have to, telepathically communicate? All it is the target needs to know the equation. If they know the equation, they are Darkseid's slaves. To my knowledge, that's basically how it works. It's not necessarily a specifically auditory thing, but of course, everyone knows what the Infinity Gauntlet can do. Alter reality, time, space, anything. And that's where a lot of people are just assuming right out the gate Thanos is going to win. Now, I'm not going to disagree with that. I am going to say Thanos will win this fight, but I want to mention that Thanos does have abilities even without the Infinity Gauntlet. A lot of people miss out on that fact. Even without the Infinity Gauntlet, he is arguably as strong, or maybe even stronger than the Hulk. He can shoot lasers, apparently he has cybernetics and stuff, but that's besides the point, because ultimately, we all know this fight is going to come down to those two factors, the anti-life equation and the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm saying Thanos will win, but I am admitting Darkseid has a very, very good chance. Okay, I don't have anything else to add here, and I might get it right, I might get it wrong. I don't know. But either way, let's start our show.
Hey guys, before we get started, I want to tell you about 23andMe, which is a DNA testing service that's named after the 23 chromosomes that make up your DNA. It's a great way to find out about your family history, your wellness, and it's super easy to do. All you do is spit in a tube and send it off, and then you find out. Now through December 25th,
did enough people ask that same question I asked last time? Did enough people ask that they just decided to answer?
.com/deathbattle. Again, that's 23andme.com/deathbattle.
Well, there you go. There's that again. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum.
Some spend entire lives in search of it, while for others, it is their birthright. But what truly matters in the end is how it's used.
Like with Thanos, the ultimate villain of the Avengers.
And Darkseid, arch nemesis to the Justice League.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
There we go, 3D animation. That's not a surprise,
Over a million years ago,
there it is.
When mankind's evolution first broke away from the apes, the cosmic celestials arrived on Earth. They experimented on the human race, creating 3 separate variants. The powerful and beautiful Eternals, destined for immortality. Those with a latent mutated gene, which would one day spawn the X-Men. And a deformed, disturbing subspecies known as the Deviants.
Like that one website with all the porn.
What?
Anyway, the Eternals eventually colonized the moons of Saturn thanks to this science wizard named Mentor, whose collar's like the lampshade I put on my dog to make him stop licking his junk.
Charming. But while the Eternals seemed like a perfect people, Mentor's own son would change this forever and force the cosmos to its knees. His name was Thanos.
You were a fool to betray me, Ronan. Prepare to meet your doom.
Thanos was born into a life of luxury. Sure, his mom went totally insane and tried to kill him right away, but what do you think you'd do if you popped out a creepy California raisin, baby?
It seems the Celestials' experiments weren't quite so different from each other. Despite his eternal heritage, Thanos' large, disproportionate body and thick purple skin were thanks to a deviant mutation.
Is he really disproportionate? I don't see him as disproportionate. He's just really big.
Super progressive and totally cool with a wrinkly grimace walking around.
In fact, Thanos was greatly admired for his exceptional intelligence and creativity. He was set for a positive and decorated future.
Until he threw it all away for a girl. Hey, I don't blame him. Lots of guys do crazy shit for hot chicks. Especially when you're a secret murder-happy psycho who's obsessed with the physical manifestation of death.
To earn Death's reciprocal
Yeah.
love, Thanos took a journey, a quest, to ravage the universe in her name.
And as an Eternal, he had plenty of superhuman power to do it. He was already the strongest and fastest Eternal around, but he boosted his power even more with bionic and magic enhancements.
And while his physical and psionic abilities are impressive, his incredible genius led to building massive spaceships, shields that can withstand planet-level attacks, and even a
Well.
time window.
And the most badass throne ever. It comes packed with its own laser weapons, light speed travel, and it can teleport through space and time.
And unlike most Eternals,
Sadly,
Thanos has
the
also
thing about that
dabbled
is
in the mystic
he won't
arts.
need it.
Petrification, curses, even some of his throne's abilities seem to be more magic than hard science. All of this potential makes Thanos an incredibly dangerous foe.
Yeah, good luck trying to hurt him. He can survive pretty much anything, including a gun specifically designed to kill him. He even shot himself in the face with it just to prove how goddamn awesome he is. Don't
I'm
try
sorry?
that at home, kids.
He's strong enough to overpower two Thors at once, snap
what?
a universal weapon known for its extreme durability, and even lift the gargantuan Galactus engine.
A giant super rocket big enough to move planets. According to Mr. Fantastic, and that guy knows his stuff, this thing is hundreds of miles long.
While the Galactus engine's size seems to vary from comic to comic, Reed's assertion matches its appearance when it propelled Ego the Living Planet. By examining the engine in 3 separate parts, applying the density of steel, and comparing
Wait, how
Ego's
big was
diameter of
Thanos in that scene, then?
4,165 miles, we've found that Thanos must be lifting about 50 quintillion tons. That's like holding up 140 trillion Empire State Buildings.
Well, what's up with these
Doing
weird
this inside the
comparisons?
gut
I
of
guess
a
it
living
keeps
Kurt
things
Russell
fresh.
planet That eats other planets and even stars. Man, I thought I had an iron stomach.
But destroying a star isn't a simple thing. Any energy directed toward a star would just be absorbed and adapted to. Only by completely nullifying a star's constant energy output can it be eliminated.
Oh yeah,
Those
that's something I
stomach acids must be
that's something
deadlier
I
than
dealt
friggin'
with.
Supernovas or a black hole. He'd probably love Mama Boomstick's world-famous ghost pepper.
Oh god,
pie.
I did not need to see
It's
Mama
fine,
Boomstick.
Just dip it in some squirrel paste.
Surviving the stomach of Ego isn't so far-fetched for Thanos, considering he's also survived a dip in a black hole, extreme reality warping across the metaverse, and the voice of Black Bolt.
What's so special about this guy, you ask? Well, with just a whisper, he obliterated 1 billion tons of rock. This guy
What?
could break a planet with just one shout, and Thanos took 3 of them to the face.
Although Thanos isn't known for being a speedster character, he's still quick enough to battle the likes of Silver Surfer. A being
We haven't
who can
even gotten
cover
into the
500,000
Infinity Gauntlet
light
yet.
years in just a couple of seconds, putting him over 3 trillion times faster than light.
I'm
So many
sorry.
impressive showings, it's hard to truly find a weakness.
Except for one.
Oh no, Deadpool.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's me, Deadpool, slayer of deathstrokes, befriender of ponies,
And-
breaker of mad titan hearts.
Ah, yeah,
Casanova,
the love
that
triangle.
ravenous reaper can't get enough of me, and Thanos just hates that. Ooh.
Well, Thanos did
Fully
curse her, so
animated
he
this
couldn't try
time.
and be with her.
I know, right? He's a big purple crybaby. Have you seen that chin, though? It's like he got hit in the face with a slap chop.
Don't you have like a party in Ponytown to be at?
Ah, come on, buddy. You can't have a death battle season without Deadpool, right?
The last one.
Nobody counts that one. I mean, that's a year you pit a dog in a trench coat against a goddamn bear. What did you think would happen?
Yeah.
Whatever. I know when I'm not wanted. See you next year. DP out.
Oh, good riddance.
Even with
Okay,
all
that
his
was
powers and
great.
abilities,
I was
Thanos
not
still
expecting
felt he
him to
needed
show
something
up.
more to impress Death. Think he's compensating for something, Wiz?
Oh, absolutely. So he built the Infinity Gauntlet, a golden glove which harnessed the power of 6 multicolored gems, known as Infinity Stones. With these, he could control the full spectrum of space, reality, mind, power, soul, and time.
And with those powers combined, he summons Captain Planet.
No.
More like the destruction of half the universe, but sure, whatever.
Steve?
I think everyone knows.
Wait, isn't the Time Stone the green one in Doctor Strange's necklace?
Well, in the movie universe, the Time Stone is green, but in the original comic series, it's orange. This is because every universe has its own unique Infinity Gauntlet that works exclusively there. And sometimes the stones are different in color. Here, just follow this handy diagram I made.
Yeah, don't care. So with all the stones, he wiped out half the universe with only a snap of his fingers. But he also started going a bit crazy and began to doubt his ability to perform. Hey,
I'm sorry?
happens to the best of us.
Yet it never keeps the Mad Titan at bay for long, whose constant lust for power and godly status in the universe is only matched by his drive to just kill everybody.
Dread it, run from it.
They barely even talked about the Infinity Gauntlet. I guess it just really doesn't mean much in this fight.
I am.
But
I guess he's just too good on his own to have the Infinity Gauntlet mean much.
In a cosmic civil war called Ragnarok.
That the one with Thor and Jeff Goldblum?
No. Yes, kind of. The battle was so great that the result was an explosion that tore the gods asunder, sending a great god wave throughout the metaverse, eventually birthing a new generation known as the New Gods.
How original! Well, some of these include Alpine Space Skier, Fancy Pants Shakespeare, and this cyborg spider Humpty Dumpty. Half of these guys ended up on a beautiful paradise world called New Genesis, while the rest got stuck on an actual fireball called Apocalypse. With a K.
Among these damned souls was Prince Euxis, second in line to the throne behind his older brother Drax. Not Dave Bautista Drax, but DC Drax.
Aw, man, I really like that guy. Not afraid to see what he's thinking.
You are horrifying to look at, yes.
To rule Apocalypse, Drax was meant to enter the mysterious Omega Pit and absorb the Omega Effect, a force of destructive entropy bound within Apocalypse.
But being the crafty bastard he was, Euxis tricked DC Drax into getting killed and stole the loot for himself.
And
so typical of a supervillain, you know?
Euxis into the physical manifestation of tyranny.
Darkseid.
Now what? Now you die.
As the king of Apocalypse,
I see he had a very,
war on the universe.
very
Whether
gravelly
he was
voice
kicking
in that
Genesis'
show.
ass or giving the Man of Steel a hard time, Darkseid was always working toward his one goal: conquering all life.
And thanks to his new god physiology, he has incredible superhuman strength, speed, agility, and even immortality. He's already over 245,000 years old, and that's given him plenty of time to push the limits of the Omega Effect.
He's got a whole bunch of cool Omega powers that break all the rules of nature. He can teleport across time and space, fly at unthinkable speeds, warp reality around him, and grow supersized.
Something he's pretty
Yeah.
used to doing. The scale between the Prime Universe and Darkseid's own universe, the Fourth World, is vast. He travels between universes via boom tubes, which automatically adjusts his size to what is considered normal within his destination. Otherwise, he'd have a hard time fitting in, given that the normal size of a new god is about the size of a star.
Yeah, I've had that kind of trouble with my boomstick tube.
He can use various psionic powers like telekinesis and telepathy, and can easily manipulate sentient beings thanks to a cosmic awareness of the multiverse powered by 18 divine senses.
You know, I bet he never forgets where he leaves his keys.
Like a space-age necromancer, Darkseid can possess living or deceased beings, controlling them like puppets. He can even control basic inanimate objects, just like the Nomad of Nowhere.
Holy shit! Wiz, never thought I'd say this, but I might have had too much to drink.
But Darkseid's deadliest technique is his signature Omega Beams.
Yes.
These burning lasers of hatred are capable of instant sharp turns and tracking multiple targets at once.
They're splitting up. They can do that? They're locked on us.
On contact, the beams can either disintegrate their target, transmute matter, erase beings from existence, or trap enemies in the Omega Sanction. The Omega Sanction is a sort of life trap. Its target enters a self-contained reality where they live out an infinite number of lives for eternity.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. I'd just do a Bill Murray and use all those lives to learn piano or save a dog or... Yeah, that's probably about it.
Well, there's a catch. Each life in the Sanction gets progressively worse as it goes, including how you die. When the third Mr. Miracle was trapped in it, he was fairly unaware, until he was beaten, burned, mutilated, and castrated, broken to a point of intentionally overdosing. And that was just his first life in the Sanction.
Oh, boy.
No thanks, I'm good.
To overpower the multiverse, Darkseid would face some pretty steep competition. However, his power eclipses those of even some of the strongest heroes around.
He's fast enough to take a trip to the Source Wall in just a few seconds. That's at the very edge of existence. So, like, you're not gonna be able to map quest that shit.
The edge of the observable universe is about 45 billion light years away, and scientists hypothesize the actual scale is over 106 sextillion times greater. It took a whole year for the legendary Helm of Nabu to make this journey.
Oh, boy.
But for Darkseid, all of 5 seconds. To pull this off, he'd have to be moving over 87 duodecillion times the speed of light.
Duodecillion.
Is totally a real number that I understand. But if he's super big in Fourth World, wouldn't he have an easier time getting to the edge?
We're factoring the scaling across his universe as a whole. Besides, technically the Fourth World is 4 billion years older than our own universe, so the distance to the edge is probably even further.
He's so quick, he can choke out Superman before he even sees him move, or knock him out cold in just a few bitch slaps. And Superman can survive supernovas to the face. Also, since Darkseid wasn't affected by the Crisis Mega Reboot, it's still canon that he can blitz pre-Crisis supes who can sneeze solar systems away.
Darkseid is strong enough to crush a lantern ring with ease, destroy planets with his Omega Beams, and wipe out the Justice League with a single strike. Even with all this power, Darkseid believed he could not dominate the universe until he discovered his ultimate prize, the anti-life equation.
Ha! I knew numbers were bad for you. Take that, Miss Jensen, and your stupid
Still,
ruler.
Beer's still alive.
The anti-life is technically an entity of its own, a fragmented piece of the source from which all life originates.
And then there's a life equation.
Darkseid discovered a formula which essentially manipulates the anti-life's presence in all living things, in a manner which
That is not the
definitively
equation,
proves
trust
that
me.
all freedom and hope are meaningless efforts.
So
Why
it's
2
math
clips
that
from
does
Fight Club?
make
Like
you
2
sad.
separate clips
Yes,
from
kind of
Fight Club.
slave to Darkseid, but yes. So the anti-life is pretty weird, but you know what's even more so? The Darkseid that you think you know isn't actually Darkseid.
Say what now?
He became the very essence of tyranny itself. This non-corporeal god rests in the higher plane of Fourth World and molds avatars of his consciousness to interact with the multiverse around him. While each avatar is weaker than his true self, it's a necessary handicap, as his own existence in a universe other than Fourth World would shatter the laws of reality, ending time and space as we know
Just
it.
his
The sheer
existence.
power of the Omega Effect threatens
My
the entire
God.
cosmos. Similar to how its equal, the Astroforce, could counter an Oblivion Bomb, capable of annihilating the universe in a single blast.
Holy shit! His avatar may lose some power, but it's still tough enough to survive a bomb Lex Luthor designed to rip apart existence, and a shot from Marvelous Marno's Master
I think he
Blaster,
wins.
which sounds like it was made up by a circus clown.
I
And
don't
that
think
kinda
the
makes sense
Infinity
because
Gauntlet is
apparently
enough
no
to
life
stop
form
this
can
dude.
stand up to it, just like clowns.
Except for Darkseid.
Well, Darkseid isn't immune to all guns. All you need is a neat little Radion bullet.
Think of Radion as the new god's kryptonite. Despite all his power, Darkseid
Okay.
is far from invincible. He's had his heart ripped out, his soul stolen by death, and his essence shattered by Superman.
Okay.
Singing.
What?
Hey, Darkseid, look at this photograph.
To this day, even
Okay,
after
so
many
he got his soul
cataclysmic
stolen.
events,
That's
the Lord
something
of Apocalypse
Thanos could
continues his
do.
mission. Every living being in the multiverse will
Thanos
bend
is
to the
so
will of
outclassed by
Darkseid.
him, though.
It seems I have you to thank for my resurrection. Though your world will suffer slowly, I grant you a quick death.
Oh, such a generous dude.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I need something that can sate my godly hunger.
We're in the holiday season, so nobody wants to worry about preparing meals. Thankfully, cooking delicious, wholesome meals can be an easy feat with Blue Apron. Starting in January, Blue Apron chefs are working with health and wellness experts at WW, Weight Watchers Reimagined, to make a variety
really?
of fantastic recipes perfect for a healthy lifestyle. The new Freestyle Plan features 6 weekly recipes, and you can choose up to 3 per week, get pre-portioned ingredients, and create wonderful meals for as low as 4 smart points each. So
Interesting.
enjoy your holidays without worrying about grocery shopping or planning. Let Blue Apron take care of that.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle to get your first 3 meals free.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Okay. Here it is. Oh, come on, he's back again.
Perfect for gaming. You follow me? Sure you do. You're a forward-thinking guy.
At last, there it is.
Hey, Thanos! Buddy! How are you doing? Rocking that chin, as always.
Get off my throne and kneel. Face death at the hand of your new emperor.
You know not the infinite wealth of destruction I command.
Swiping away your tactics, crushing you under my feet. What has nothing to me, turn to dust. Power less 100 feet. Let's with it. I change reality when I think to the brink of the soul. I own it all.
That's my favorite thing about Darkseid. He always has his hands behind his back.
You first. Battle for the universe, let's get striking. To the power and the force of the mightiest fighting. Energy blast, hit fast.
I don't think I ever... Okay. I'm still going for Thanos. But that's a very risky bet. I sort of wish the models were better quality, but the animation is pretty high quality. Why crush it up when you can just throw the whole thing? Oh, I see they're giant now. Oh, he's fine.
I am Thanos. Thanos is supreme. Thanos is God. Battle for the universe, let's get striking. Feel the power and the force of the mightiest fight. Energy blast, hit fast.
I think he's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
I'm the king.
Now they're even more giant. Or at least he is. Well, that destroyed the universe 100%. And now it's back? Is that what... Yeah, that's what was just implied. They destroyed the universe, but then it came back.
These games bore me. This will bring a smile to my face.
Oh, they used the meme.
It'll have to wait.
Coward! Who are you? Who are you?
I'll show you.
What was that?
This is who I am.
Nope, not that easy, Thanos.
Your reality is far from my own. You have no power here.
I am Thanos. I am all things. This is who I am.
Oh.
Is he looking at us?
Oh my god, it's Deadpool with a gun!
Behold in endless death.
So you watching any anime?
Well,
KO!
Oh man, that's the worst way he could have gone out. Because now he's gonna be dying over and over and over.
Thanos was an incredible foe, especially while wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Unfortunately, the Gauntlet had a fatal flaw.
Yeah, that golden glove only works in its own universe, and Darkseid could easily move the fight to new ones with his boomstick tubes. Universe hopping is kind of his thing.
yeah.
The Reed Richards of the Interdimensional Council of Reeds figured this out. Its 3 founding members, Reed, Reed, and Reed, each possessed Infinity Gauntlets, but discovered that they couldn't work outside of their own universes.
The Gauntlet had no problem making Darkseid's avatar not feel so good. But since Darkseid's true form was always in the Fourth World universe, Thanos couldn't actually finish him off with the Gauntlet.
Even if this fight took place in entirely neutral territory, the victor wouldn't change. Thanos' gauntlet wouldn't work, and true Darkseid's presence would actually just destroy everything just by being there.
But he didn't just lose because of the Gauntlet. He really couldn't keep up with the Space Golem.
Even going toe-to-toe with it being as fast as...
Yeah, I was thinking the soul thing,
Darkseid
maybe.
Took a trip to the edge of
Clearly,
existence. This puts Darkseid almost 28 octillion times faster than Thanos.
And his Omega effect scales to the Astro Force, which could equal the...
It was a
Oblivion
very
Bomb's
risky
universe-destroying blow.
choice
This means the
to say
Omega effect
Thanos.
and Infinity Gauntlet were both pretty even in terms of destructive ability. But unlike Thanos, Darkseid can use his Omega powers whenever and wherever he wants.
Once he lost the gauntlet, Thanos could certainly survive star-level attacks, and even greater. But universal destruction is definitely a bit more than his purple eternal hide could handle. And even after that, Darkseid had plenty of ways to end the fight whenever he wanted, like the Omega Sanction.
Thanos was super powerful, but Darkseid was just faster, stronger, and even more ruthless.
And if you think about it, Thanos needed the Infinity Gauntlet to become a god, but Darkseid already was one.
Thanos just couldn't
Run the gauntlet!
Oh, you son of a bitch!
The winner is Darkseid.
I like Deadpool being here.
Hey, thanks for watching this year's season finale. If you want the music from the battle, you can get it by clicking the link below. Or if you
Whoa.
want to see Thanos and Darkseid in a rap battle, then just click that video right over there and check out our friends JT Music.
What? Was that a hint? If it was a hint, then it does not apply to any of the characters that I have on my list. Well, well. Darkseid is absolutely ridiculous. I heard the numbers. I was just thinking maybe there were some things there. Okay. I don't have anything else to add. It was very ridiculous. Yeah, that was fun though. It was built up for a while. It's definitely not my favorite animation, by the way, I will be listing my top 100 favorite animations very soon. I don't know how soon, but pretty soon. Well, that was it for this season of Death Battle. Went out with a bang, and the next one's coming in with a splash. Still no idea what that means. Because of the colors, I'm genuinely thinking they might have Splatoon, but that doesn't make any sense. I guess they could do it, but that's not a really good... I can't imagine them making a good fight with Splatoon. I'm under the assumption that they're using Splatoon, despite the fact that I know it wouldn't make much sense. Other than that, I don't really have any idea. Comes in with a splash. Katara? Maybe? We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out when they come back. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you want to keep up to date with my top 10, you can subscribe, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, can't forget, there is a teaser right here too. I think you knew that, though.